What's going on, YouTube? It's Ted from TL Rough Sawn. We're up here in Northeast Connecticut. It's about 20 degrees out today, wind chill of about 10. So we just got done cutting some oak. I'm going to give you an honest review of the mill. Now I want you to keep in mind, this is my honest opinion of it. It's like Ford, Chevy, and Dodge. Everybody has their own preferences. I'll give you my preferences, seeing as how, you know, I've owned the Norwood. That was my first mill, lt15, great mill. If you're cutting by yourself, it's a phenomenal mill. Hats off to those guys. I sold that, bought a Timber King 1400 hydraulic. Power feed on that, hydraulic feed on that is amazing. They did their homework. It works phenomenal. It's a great mill. I kind of got out of milling for a little while. Then I bought this, and I'm going to give you my honest review of this. You know, everyone, it's like Ford, Chevy, Dodge. Just take it for what it is. So, first off, here it is. Here's my mill. It's inside my garage. It's a little tight inside here, but we get it done. First thing you'll notice is the subframe here. I ditched the factory feet because, well, they're pieces of shit. They fill with dust. The threads get screwed up. You can't adjust them. So it's identical to the Wood-mizer frame. 6-inch tubing, 3/16 wall. It's 24 feet long. It is set up for a bed extension on it, so I can throw the extension on it, rock and roll, and it's going to be even and level just like the rest of it. If you're gonna buy this mill, I would highly recommend doing it. It works phenomenal. Stays in place. There's no adjustment on it. The log stops here, pretty simple, one piece. You know, they got the rollers on them, easy to adjust, very simple. The one downfall of these log stops is they're too short. These are only 10 inches high. If you're like me, I don't cut live edge slabs. I cut a lot of wide boards, you know, 24 up to 28s we've done. So if you have a big log, like I say a 36-inch log, yeah, let me show you from this angle. You know, you got a 36-inch log, you want to get some nice wide stuff out of it, and you know, you take, say, 6 inches off the top, 7 inches, and you want to flip it. The problem is when you flip that log, this is not high enough to catch the flat spot in the log. What happens is you tend to over rotate the log. So you either have to keep rotating it, or it's a pain in the ass to flip it back. These should be at least 14 inches high, in my opinion. It would be a lot easier, you know, especially to line it up to make truer cuts. But hey, take it for what it is. The clamping system here, pretty straightforward, very simple. You know, they just slide back and forth, up and down. You got your cap here that comes off. It's got the notch on it for using on cants, and especially handy for, you can cut 1 inch above the deck, so it's nice. You just clamp the cant and you rock and roll, and you know, pretty straightforward. Now here's my mill. It's your standard lt15 wide. It's a 2018, you know, 35.5-inch wide throat. One thing from my Timber King is, this is one thing I don't like about it. You know, you only have 8 inches up in here before you have to start taking boards off. So if you're cutting by yourself, and you can cut for a while, then you got to stop, take the boards off. I'm not really a big deal, but when you're used to a mill that has this being square, it is nice. Blade tensioning system, very straightforward, snaps right in, very easy, works very good. You know, you got your yeah, you can see it right there, your urethane stop. You got your adjustments on it, so you can figure it out. Very simple, very easy to work with. You know, you got your handle here, slides your log stops in and out. Definitely got to keep that lubricated. As you can see, mine's full of pine pitch and doesn't like to slide, but easy, very easy to work with. You know, water valve, nothing to it. This mill is actually equipped. I bought it with a Kohler 17 horsepower diesel, and in my opinion, after having 2 gas job mills, it's worth the extra money. Plenty of power, very fuel efficient. I mean, this thing's phenomenal. I got 120 hours on it, and Honestly, I haven't had no problems with it. Just regular oil changes, good clean fuel, check your filters. I mean, it's a phenomenal motor. It's definitely worth the upgrade, especially if you like to cut big stuff, and especially when it comes to hardwood, you know, it's very, very good. I run Turbo 7 hardwood blades on it when I cut hardwood, and just the standard double hard with the 10 degree for cutting pine. Wood-mizer blades, definitely top notch. I've run Wood-mizer blades on all my other mills. I have run Cook's blades. I'll give a shout out to those guys. They definitely make a good blade. So sharp blades, just keeping everything checked and lubed, definitely helps you cut better. Now their system on here is the dial, a half a turn, or well, if I could have stopped it there. 1 turn is 2 inch, a half is 1 inch, you know, 16th on the notches. I put these numbers on here just as reference points, so I know where I am in the cut of the log. It makes it a hell of a lot easier. Say like right now, that's at 21. So I'll say, okay, I'm at 5 at 21 inch. I know what I'm cutting. It's very accurate. This thing does cut very accurate lumber. It's a good system. I do enjoy it. The one thing I don't have is the quarter scale on here, because it's just a magnet on it, and when you actually get down into here, it's very hard to see it, especially towards the bottom. So therefore, yeah, it would be nice to use it, but because it's such a pain in the ass and you start cutting boards that are different from other ones, I tend not to use it. I just like this setup. It works and it's been consistent, so therefore I use it. I got a bucket on here. It seems how it's in my garage. I've seen a lot of other guys do this. It does work good. You know, bring a wheelbarrow in, you start cutting some big stuff, you put out a lot of sawdust, so it works good, keeps it kind of clean. The track wipes are off it right now. It's just a thin piece of angle iron with felt on them. You have to keep these lubricated, especially I put chain and bar oil on them. It helps stop everything from sticking to the rails. These plastic wipes, they're pretty much useless. They really don't do anything because the stuff still sticks on top of the rails and goes into the back corner here, and it tends to be a pain in the ass, especially cutting in the wintertime. My biggest complaint about this mill, and I'm going to be completely honest with this, is this right here. This power feed is nothing but an overpriced powered clothesline. It's got the rope system here. It's always slipping. They say keep it as tight as possible. I've tried different types of rope. I mean, I've had this thing so tight you could play a banjo on it, and it's still inconsistent feed rates. If it's very humid, you're constantly taking this cover off, cleaning your contacts, putting grease on them, contact cleaner. For what they charge for this, my opinion, absolute piece of garbage, a piece of shit. It doesn't work. It's just, I don't know. This is the one part of the mill that makes the whole mill bad is that power feed. But that's my opinion. You know, compared to a lot of other things, it is what it is. So hope you guys enjoyed it. That's my honest opinion of the mill, my review, and be safe out there, guys.